everybody, welcome to today's Tuesday talk. Yeah, I know it looks a lot different. The fact is, I am doing this about 2 hours before I normally publish a Tuesday talk because the weekend was so busy. My son was visiting. There were so many things going on. Nothing got done. And I woke up this morning going, it's Tuesday and I don't have a Tuesday talk. So this is going to be super quick. Just me. In fact, I'm still eating my first meal of the day down here. I made steak bites. I don't really, I just want to report in, and to be honest, not even sure if this video will see the light of day, but I thought I'd at least go through the motions and practice doing a video when I'm completely unprepared. So here we are. So just a couple things I want to cover. I was at my knee doctor. Looks like I need some knee surgery and I have to make the decision whether I'm going to do a knee replacement or not. I do want to give you a cautionary tale about my knee because there's kind of a long, sad story behind it, and I don't want to go into all the details, but what happened with my knee was in about 2012. This was when I was in my early journey of losing weight. I had lost weight, some weight. I can't remember exactly how much. Could have been about 70 pounds or so. And okay, I need to get Ted up here.
I think he wants my breakfast.
So I had lost 75 or so pounds at that time, and was really into I started really doing a lot more exercise. But I got the dumb idea in my head, and it may not be dumb for some of you guys. It may be perfectly fine for some of you guys. I began to jog. I started doing the Couch to 5K program that you have on your phone. It kind of encourages you to get a little bit better each day. Started to do that. Now, remember, I was in my mid-50s at the time, and and I was 250 pounds at that time too. Yeah, I had lost some of my weight, but certainly not to the point where I am now. I had only lost about half of what I've lost so far now. So after all those years of carrying around 300 pounds plus, my knees were not in good shape, but I didn't know it. I was very naive. I somehow thought it was a good idea to start jogging. And so I did that. And before I know it, one day I was getting into my car and heard a big pop noise. And it felt like my knee had just exploded or something. The pain was very acute, to the point where I ended up in emergency the next day. I couldn't put any weight on my leg, on my left leg. So I had torn my meniscus in 2 places. Within about a year, I had knee surgery to repair the tears. But while they were in there, it was very clear that there was some significant arthritis in there already. At my age, whatever it was, 55 or so. And that the repair that they did was probably not going to fix my problems with that knee. And so I've been living with it all this time. They had suggested a knee replacement at that time, but they felt I was too young because, and I don't know if it's any different now, but 10 years ago, the knee joints that they replace with, or whatever they put in to replace your knee, were only designed to last 20 years. And so they felt it was too soon, given that they probably didn't want to do another surgery in 20 years when my new knee wears out. So that was fine. I thought, okay, I'll just live with it. And so I've gotten used to it and lived with it, and I didn't seek out any more contact with the knee surgeon at that time, because by the time I did get to 60, COVID was almost here. And once COVID started, all the elective surgeries or non-emergency surgeries went out the window. as far as our healthcare system here goes. So there really was no point in me trying to book a surgery with the surgeon. And I thought, it's not so bad. I'll just live with it. So that was all well and good until about 3 months ago when I tripped over a light stand, chasing Teddy, and fell smack on that injured knee. And I literally thought, oh, I'm never going to walk again. It felt so bad that day. And, so here we are 3 months later. I have had x-rays. I was sure that it was fractured, because the pain was so great. I still cannot kneel down, although I can kneel on my bed now, whereas before I couldn't even kneel down on my soft bed. So I did go to see a knee doctor yesterday, and the idea was to get a cortisone shot, which I didn't really want, but my doctor was suggesting it. So he sort of went over everything, and he said it's not really going to help you. Your knee is to a point where it's too late to do a lot of these things, and you've already done many of them. And really, other than living with it, and if you can learn to live with it, fine. Other than living with it, you probably should get your knee replaced. And he offered to put me on the waiting list. And so we agreed that I would go home and think about it. So that's where I am. I'm in the thinking about it stage, and I will have to make that decision one way or the other. Can I live with it? Will Carnivore help it? I don't know. I know that since I went to a higher protein protocol, I am feeling like I can do more. I am building some muscle. I am losing weight in inches again. And, maybe it will help. I don't know. So, I'm still processing it and just throwing it out there. If anyone has any experience in this, were you recommended for knee surgery and then didn't need it? I would love to hear from you if that's the case. Of course, I'm always worried about the recovery and all these other things. So that is where I am at. The other thing I want to address is coaching. I did have some comments from people, because a lot of you know, and especially if you saw my live stream the other night with Alice and Kevin, a lot of you know that I'm having 2 streams of coaching. I do go to a group with Kelly Hogan. It is group coaching, which I love, and I've been there for a few months, other than when I missed a couple of months during my move. Highly recommend it. And I'm doing one-on-one with Kevin and Alice. I have 3 or 4 weeks left of that, and also really grateful that I'm able to do it. So yes, I just want to address comments about, well, I got a lot of comments like this. I can't afford coaching, so I guess I can't really do this or whatever. And some people said, just can't afford coaching, period. I hope that the people who felt that way, or do make comments like that you realize that, I went really far without coaching. I lost 135 pounds or 130 pounds before I ever thought about coaching. And that was just all me tweaking, and I do buy books. I think buying books is a good, cheap way to go. So I buy books from Amazon, and anything I can get my hands on about keto and carnivore. At one point I had probably 20 keto cookbooks in here. I have given those away, except for a couple of my favorites. So and then there's YouTube videos. There's so many ways you can do this for free. Don't let your budget determine your success. You can do this without coaching. You can do this without buying a program or a course or even a book. YouTube is free. You can go on YouTube. Most blogs and websites are free. You can, look up people's recipes. You can look up what other people are doing. You can listen and glean from so many fantastic people, including doctors, on YouTube on the subject of low carb, keto, and carnivore. It is out there for the taking. And that is exactly what I did. I learned what I could from where I could, step by step, little bit by little bit. Some things worked for me and some things didn't. And you hear a lot of that too. I do get comments saying it's so confusing. Everybody on YouTube has a different opinion on what works. Yeah, that is true, because we are not all the same. And the advice given to one person may or may not be successful, to another person. That is why I am such a tweaker. I have tried everything. And a lot of people, when they see what I eat in a day or what I eat in a week, tell me I'm doing it all wrong and I should be doing this or that instead. It's not always the truth for every person. I'm doing what works for me and what I think is best for me. Up till this point, I'm now at 145 pounds loss. If that is not working, why did I get there? I also have good lab results. If this way of eating is going to kill me, why am I still alive? Why am I able to exercise more than ever? Why, and even with my injured knee, why am I able to get so many steps in a day? I'm doing a 100 squat challenge right now. Why am I able to do that if this way doesn't work? Whether you're a carnivore who thinks my version of carnivore isn't good enough or clean enough or, isn't carnivore enough, it's working for me, and you do what works for you. And I support every single person on the proper human diet spectrum, whether it's their first day and they're doing the dirtiest keto ever. I don't care. I did the dirtiest keto ever when I first started too. Do what you have to do to get through that day, and then tomorrow see what you can do to improve it. It's a journey. So I want to encourage anyone on this journey to start where you can, but just start. If you can't do it the way I'm doing it, it's okay. Maybe someday you will, maybe you won't. Maybe doing dirty keto, dirty carnivore, or whatever is going to be all you need and it's going to work great for you. I hope so. I honestly do. I am not here to judge. And, I just support everybody, no matter where they are and how they want to do it, just as long as they're doing it and taking steps to get to a healthier place. So that's all I have to say, and thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. I have lots of things coming up, so see you guys in a future video. Bye. Teddy, say goodbye. Say goodbye. Oh, yes, he just wants my breakfast. Okay, see you guys later.